This is a brief coffee talk. I'm calling it a coffee talk because I'm on the way to get an Americano at the coffee shop. I've been very behind in getting my video channel going, and I don't really have a good excuse other than the fact that I've been incredibly busy with a job transition and elder care and helping my son, to the extent I can help him, transition to post-high school life. It's all been very interesting and intense. So this brief coffee talk is really just going to be some random thoughts I jotted down in my office before heading out for coffee. So let's take a look. The first thing I jotted down in an actual notepad is don't be afraid. I've come to the conclusion recently that much of what we call addictions or negative patterns of behavior are about avoiding negative states, avoiding fears, avoiding anxieties. But that leads to point two, which is that avoiding them usually leads to experiences that are even more intensely negative, whatever that means, than if you had just embraced that negative state or fear and just gone through it. So that leads to point number three, which is that you should just embrace the negative state you're trying to avoid with an addiction or behavior pattern. Let's say, addiction to shopping. Good example. It's so easy to click buy on Amazon or go to a shop. I mean, I guess people used to go to the mall and buy something rather than face your fear, because it gives you that dose of dopamine, or that feeling that you've got some acquired meaning, rather than sitting at home and dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with. So my last point was great transitions or growth requires a lot of courage, like huge amounts of courage. And that takes, you can quibble about this or argue, but I would say that does require some faith. Not necessarily belief. I'm more pro. I have come to define faith as just the feeling that things will be okay, no matter how dark they seem or how difficult. It doesn't really require a belief in a certain religion or a certain metaphysics. It really requires more just a faith that things will be okay. And finally, you really need to love yourself despite your flaws. Your flaws are part of your perfection. Look at a beautiful sunset or scenery. The so-called flaws in that sunset or the so-called flaws in that mountainside are part of its beauty. So it's the same for you. Just thinking about my child's journey to embrace not going to college and then working in and exploring the trades or some other path. It's been messy, but he's demonstrated courage, more courage than I had at his age. Oh, the light is really glary in this this gymnasium. So embrace it all. It's messy. Life is messy. When you're cooking in the kitchen, does it get a little messy? But yet something beautiful can come out of it if you persevere. And so let's see what we can all cook this week.